Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be looking at update 20.0 and this update is not going to include any potential AI updates. I just want to make that clear very early in that this was released a few days ago. I am just catching up on this because I had a very busy weekend, so we're just going to kick things off. It says here is a list of the changes in our 20.0 public beta. You can find additional info on the beta program below. I'll leave a link to this forum post if you wish to sign up to the beta program. So there are some new things coming into the game and with the new features, and we'll show some of this stuff on the screen. It says mission events, introduction of limited time solo and faction event missions, new mission variety and functionality, new daily missions and rewards, achievements tab moved to player profile title tab, and journal tab moved to player profile title tab. Now when it comes to the missions, you can see the normal missions tab down the bottom. When you go to this tab, the missions layout has changed. I believe this actually changed within the last year as well. There are obviously new things that have been added. One thing that you can notice straight away is the claim all button in the top right hand corner. If I click that, it claims everything. The ones that where it gives you a selection, it pops up first, so I can select one of those characters and then it just gives you everything that was in the rewards that you were due to be receiving, and then you click claim and get them all. That's a nice little quality of life update. I think that's a great thing to have just because it's going to happen on the daily ones as well, which is great. So on the daily tab, it's going to have the same thing in terms of claim all. As you can see, I can click claim all. Right now there's only one mission to claim, so it just does one. But this is just such a nice little, very small, but very nice little quality of life update. Now, when it comes to the missions themselves, I am quite a low level on beta right now. So the missions I'm getting may only be giving me like lower amounts or based on my level, things that I don't necessarily need. When you're a level 150, however, these things are going to change. So the rewards are going to be a bit more distinct to your own level and what you require. So there could be things like legendary medals in here. We just don't know yet the pool of rewards. If I get to find out what the pool of rewards are, I will break that down in a very specific video just for the missions. I'm just giving you a very early quick look at how it's going to work. Now, some of the bonuses here is, other than daily, there are event missions, as you can see right now. There's mission events launch, and this is basically for different parts of the game. So right now there is a 5-star character in here if you complete all the starter missions, and then if you complete all the next missions, which is the tougher missions, you get Ulysses and an Aiden, and it just goes on like that. And you can get a bunch of cans, but like I said before, this is beta, so it may not be like this on full release. So just take this all with a pinch of salt. You can sort of see how it's going to be laid out. This is going to be much longer time frame to do these missions. As you can see, there's 5 days, so the rewards could be much higher. Right now, compared to the daily missions, they are already better in terms of the amount of trainers you're getting, the amount of tokens you're getting, the amount of rewards you're getting. You're getting cans, it's nice. Now, the other one is faction missions. This is going to be implemented. So again, take the rewards very much with a pinch of salt, but you're going to get an idea of the sort of things that it's going to require. Complete 100 survival road stages as a faction. That won't be too hard. I think that, again, 100 is probably just maybe the first tier. It could go up in tiers, you just never know. And it can also show your faction's contribution, which is really great. I like that. Just a little bit of an extra thing. Also, complete 200 war battles. Again, this could tier up. And then there's another one, complete 100 roadmap stages, 250 territory battles, complete 100 character level ups as a faction, which is really great. So it doesn't look like it does tier up because that one's completed and it hasn't gone to the next tier. But it could potentially in the future. You just don't know how it's going to work. But this is just another added little thing that's going to be nice, especially for factions, because this is going to be the very first thing that's ever been implemented into the game that is going to have faction cooperation outside of tournaments. You know, Faction Assault was the closest thing we had in terms of faction cooperation outside of an actual tournament where you're competing against other factions. But Faction Assault, generally, from what I've seen, actually causes more faction infighting than anything. So I just thought I'd give you a quick look at the missions. If I get more information, I'll actually do a very specific missions video in terms of the sort of rewards we're likely to get. But we'll go back to the patch notes for now. So there are going to be some bug fixes as well for this update, and it says fixed an issue where a building would visually disappear while swapping buildings in town before confirming the new location. I've seen that before. Not a big deal, but it's nice. Fixed an issue where targeted offer pop-ups could display in locations other than the world map, town map, or road map. Fixed an issue where attempting to access an old war leaderboard would result in being stuck on an error pop-up. fixed an issue where low placed players could get an empty reward for a Walker Horde event. I'm not really sure what that last one's about, but hopefully if there was an issue and people didn't receive a reward that they should have, they will receive that reward from past events. I hope so. So now onto the improvements, and it says the leagues page will now automatically scroll to the user's position when the league screen is accessed. That's just a nice little update. I think it did this in tournaments for a while where it would just scroll to place 26 for some reason. Not really sure what that was about. And here's a good one. Added the ability to buy multiples of an item from the league store at once. Obviously this was in every other part of the game. You could buy, you know, you could select one to whatever, how many you wanted to buy within, like, say, like the gear store and buying food. And in the league store, you had to buy them individually. But now you can buy them in, you know, stacks of 4 if you so wish, or you could buy all 16 or all 12 or however many you want to buy, or all the mods at the same time. So this is obviously a really great quality of life update. So now onto some bug fixes that are going to be coming out with the update when it's live. I think what it means when it's 20.0.1, it means that these bugs were sort of found while this patch was out on the beta servers, and they've just updated it in the meantime. It says fixed an issue where players can't change faction assault characters when they've been defeated, fixed crashing when using multi-purchase on mystery bags in the league shop, fixed an issue with the weapon effects and adrenaline rushes that change attack trait, get the character stuck as that new trait. I did notice this with, I think it was 3-star Billy on one of the roadmaps, where he would become a fast character because his rush does fast trait damage. It was amusing because I was doing a lot of damage against him with my strong characters. I just didn't really understand why. It was coming up with trait damage, which just wouldn't make sense. Fixes crashing when leveling up fighters. Yeah, obviously that's very bad. And fixes crashing when leaderboard avatar is missing. So these are just updates that have come in since the 20.0.0 update. Now there are some test events during beta. If you want to go into beta and test them out, you can. And this is basically to help, I think, them revolve around the actual daily missions and the faction missions and so on. So if you want to get some coins, because you get a couple of coins for all of these missions for the milestones, I think it's like 2 to 3 per sort of milestone. So if you do everything, you can maybe get like 200 coins. It's going to maybe take some time, but you get a little bit of coins for your testing basically. And the last bit is going to be about the public beta program. If you want to sign up, again, information is here. I will leave the link in my description, and you can just go through this and go through the process, and you can try and sign up. You might not have access instantly. It might take a little bit of time. It may even take a week or 2, but you're going to be signed up for a future beta program nonetheless. So that's the end of my video, guys. Do tell me what you think of some of the 20.0. I am looking forward to the mission events, and I hope to bring you some more information on that once it's become more available. But like I said, that's the end of my video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.